You've been hiking, hunting, or paddling all day. You're tired, hungry, and your brain starts to get fuzzy. But you've got to be able to find where you're camping for the night clearly and quickly, especially if bad weather is blowing in. This happens to me on every adventure trip. I can't find where I am on my map, and it makes me anxious. But I turn to the GPS app on my phone, and boom, I know exactly where I am. This is an essential item you need to have, and I'm going to show you why the underdog, Topo Maps Plus Pro, is the best kept secret in backcountry navigation. Once you see what this can do, you're going to want it. I'm Matt, a wilderness adventure guide and gear junkie. I lead groups of men on remote trips to the beauty and solitude of epic places, where I test the best outdoor gear and clothing and recommend what you should have in your pack. Check out one of my 3 upcoming adventure trips and grab my free Best Outdoor Gear and Clothing Guide. Links are below. All right, let's talk about my favorite GPS map. There's a lot of noise out there, AllTrails this, Gaia that, but I found something leaner, more focused, and easier to use. The Topo Maps Plus Pro might be the only GPS app you'll ever need, especially if you hike, hunt, or backpack off-grid. It works deep in the remote backcountry, completely offline, with 0 cell signal. I was having dinner with a friend the night before I was heading into the mountains for 7 nights, and I asked him if he knew a certain lake that I wanted to explore. And he pulled out his phone and opened the Topo Maps Plus Pro app, and not only showed me the lake, but also the photos he'd taken there. I was really mesmerized, and I made him show me more, and then explain all the features of the app and how to use it. And then I immediately downloaded it. And that trip was the first time I used Topo Maps Plus Pro. And it's been several years ago, but I can still confidently say this is the best GPS map app for hiking, hunting, backpacking, and canoeing, or any remote outdoor adventure. And here's what I love about it. The first benefit of the Topo Maps Plus Pro is its offline power. This app works completely offline, and it's become a non-negotiable item for me in the backcountry. I've been deep in the nowhere woods from Idaho to Wyoming and Minnesota to Texas with 0 signal. And the Topo Maps Plus Pro showed me every ridge, stream, lake, trail, and campsite. You can download full map regions at home and save them in your device in advance of your trip. Then when you're out in the backcountry and way beyond any cell signal, boom, Topo Maps Plus Pro lets you grab your high-res map and run fully offline, even with 0 bars. You've got a map with your exact location and 0 drama. The second benefit of Topo Maps Plus Pro is its true topo. It lets you download 16 different types of maps, and here's a quick overview of my 3 favorite. My favorite map is the Natural Atlas. It combines data from U.S. Forest Service maps with national parks and state parks to create the most detailed recreational map in the country. The Natural Atlas map is perfect for hikers, hunters, and paddlers who want to see real world trails and campsites, fishing spots, and access points with unmatched accuracy. I use it for every backcountry adventure. There's also the U.S. Forest Service maps. These are the most up-to-date backcountry maps for national forests straight from the source, which is great for off-trail explorers who need current forest roads, boundaries, and fire or wilderness zones. Then of course there is the USGS Topo Maps, which is the classic 7.5 minute series topo map that is digitally refined with or without shading. This map has been trusted by generations of backpackers for contour precision, terrain realism, and historical depth when navigating remote areas. The point is, these are industry-leading topographical maps that include rarely used and remote logging roads, countless trails for hikers, bikers, ATVers, snowmobilers, and cross-country skiers. They include detailed paddling routes covering canoers and kayakers, and there are just thousands of recreational points that show interests like boat launches or lighthouses, different viewpoints, and even waterfalls. Topo Maps Plus Pro gives you everything that matters for wilderness navigation, and it uses the phone's compass to assist in guidance. The third benefit for the Topo Maps Plus Pro is that it is just easy to use. It keeps everything simple. You choose your base map from the map icon, and then you can toggle on hill shading or trail overlays. You can even tap the location button to auto-orient you to exactly where you are. The fourth benefit of Topo Maps Plus Pro are the routes and waypoints. You can plan ahead, set your waypoints, record your track, and even import GPX. Here's what I mean. At home, you can pick your map, draw or trace your route, and then download it to your phone. So you start your trip already oriented with elevation profiles and bailout points in mind. And that means more clarity and less fiddling on the trail. And on the trail, you can set waypoints. This is a great way for marking trailheads or your favorite camp spots or portages, the best fishing holes, and where you saw that big game animal. You can set a waypoint by entering text or by snapping a photo. And this is huge for hiking or hunting or backpacking or canoeing because it helps you know where you're going and remember where you've been if you've been there before. There's also a feature called Tracks, which lets you record your journey and then export it to share it with your friends and family, or print a physical map of that route the next time you go out. The fifth benefit of Topo Maps Plus Pro are the overlays. Overlays add layers of intel on top of your base map. With map overlays, you can see boundaries and parcel lines. This is really critical for hunting access and to avoid trespassing, but it's also helpful for scouting legal access points and finding your next best stealth camping spot. One of my favorite overlays is the photo overlay feature. Check this out. On your maps, down on your overlays, if you click photos, every photo that you have taken on your backcountry adventure is GPS marked, meaning these are the photos that I took at these specific locations. What that means is that you can use photos as breadcrumbs, as waypoints to show you where you've been, but also if you go back on that route to show you where you stayed, where you camped, or where that special place was that you wanted to remember. For example, this is a picture of a portage that I want to remember. Many people try and run these rapids, but not a good idea. So this is a breadcrumb for me to remember next time I go back on this route to make sure that I portage and not run those rapids. The sixth benefit to the Topo Maps Plus app is its focus. Unlike AllTrails, that has an overload of social community features, Topo Maps Plus Pro stays focused on the essentials: navigation, topo, offline. And I prefer the Topo Maps Plus Pro maps and their legibility and quick on-trail actions to the Gaia. Let me say a word about battery drain. Any GPS can drain your phone if the screen stays on and tracking runs all day long. So, 3 pro tips. First, use airplane mode. Second, record tracks wisely. And third, pack a mini power bank. They're not expensive, they're fairly lightweight, and you'll be glad that you have as much battery life as you need. Doing a side-by-side comparison, the Topo Maps Plus Pro app just stands out for me. It's one of those apps that I just resonate with, and I have enjoyed using it for several years. It has been a real benefit to me. It turns your phone into a legit navigational system that's reliable without cell service, and it's easy to show your friends where you're going and then debrief with them after you've come back home. This map has been a game changer for me as an adventure trip guide. AllTrails is great for finding trails and easy route planning, but in my opinion, crowdsourced data can be messy, and I really feel like AllTrails is built more for day hikes and social features than deep backcountry exploration. Gaia GPS has good map variety and strong navigation, but the prices rose with the Outside Plus bundle, and some folks I know are switching due to the cost and some of the complexity of the app. OnX Backcountry is probably the best for land ownership info on the elite tier, but that's often more than a pure hiking, backpacking, or canoeing navigator really needs. So I just don't lean toward the OnX. But Topo Maps Plus Pro, it stays focused. Topo first, offline first, wilderness first. And when you're cold and tired and not thinking clearly, that kind of layout is going to be a huge benefit. No clutter, no nonsense, just clarity. And I 100% recommend it. And as of this video, Topo Maps Plus Pro is less expensive. Gaia Premium with Outside Plus is $89.99 a year. AllTrails Peak is $79.99 a year, and Topo Maps Plus Pro is $59.99 a year. Now, I did not choose this app simply because it was less expensive than the other comparable apps. The primary reason I went with Topo Maps Plus Pro is because a friend and fellow guide who I highly respect had it and showed it to me, and I was so impressed by it, I immediately downloaded it and used it on a 7-day backpacking trip. And then I used it again on a 9-day solo adventure, and again on a 9-day canoeing trip, and again on another backpacking trip. And as I compared it to Gaia and AllTrails, I just found it to be simpler. I like how it works. And yeah, maybe I got biased and I was more used to it, but it also is less expensive and pretty much all you need if you're doing the type of outdoor adventure that I am. You ever notice how fast you can feel lost? One minute you're confident on the trail and the next you're disoriented. The map doesn't make sense and you start second guessing every step. Bro, that's not just a backcountry problem. That's an everyday life problem. Because spiritually, we lose connection. Our heart loses signal and we wander away from who we truly are and from whom we truly belong. But in Luke chapter 15, we discover God is like a shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one who wandered off. Maybe you've drifted. Maybe your heart's been off trail for a while. Lean in, because here's some really great news. God doesn't wait at the trailhead tapping his foot because he's mad at you. God loves you and God comes after you. Like a good shepherd, God walks the ridges and ravines until he finds you. He seeks and searches because you matter and he wants you back in a right relationship with himself. So you might have lost signal, but God hasn't lost sight of you. You might have taken a few wrong turns, but God knows exactly where you are, and you are never too far gone. God is not mad at you. God is worried about you because he cares for you. So when you're spiritually or emotionally lost or disoriented, God doesn't scold you. God comes to get you, and he throws a party when you're found. So if you've been spiritually off grid, take heart. God is searching for you, eager to guide you home, longing to remind you that you're loved, you matter, and you belong. Of all the options out there, Topo Maps Plus Pro is the winner for me. When you're cold and hungry or lost and need to find where you are and navigate to where you need to be, simple clarity is everything. And Topo Maps Plus Pro gives you that clarity offline every time. Comment below and let me know what GPS system you use. Download my free outdoor gear and clothing guide, sign up for one of my unforgettable guided trips, and remember, don't just buy great high quality outdoor gear and clothing, get out there and use it.